Sure. Start. Well, let's call Allah how Shemi Washai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm Brother Shapara from the James Jamaica camp.
Brother Kabash.
And Brother Cannon.
We want to speak on today, basically, going into the topic of martial law. And I mean, out here in Jamaica, they call it state of emergency. You know what I mean? Because at some point, the whole entire world, basically, are going to plunge in the state of martial law because you have a whole lot of things that are going to transpire upon this earth. Mainly, this war, World War III, you know what I mean? Different shortages, you know what I mean, of food and everything that because of the war, you know what I mean? Economic collapse, you know what I mean? So you have a lot of social and civil unrest, basically, you know what I mean? And a part of the emergency act, many of these countries in the world basically is to have a military control, which basically going into martial law, trying to put back things in order. This is what takes place anytime there's a crisis, yeah? And this martial law, we speak of, a whole lot of people will die because according to the prophecy, you know what I mean, even Esau in America, when martial law come to the streets of America, a lot of our people get put to death, you know what I mean, because one of the main thing we're going to be at the end of this martial law is to receive a chip, you know what I mean, and a chip is the mark of the beast according to the scripture. Regardless of some other people want to believe that yes or no, that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? This is one of the way of the government are going to like to put things back in order as they would like to say. You know what I mean? So what I do, I bring out some info basically concerning Jamaica's state of emergency, you know what I mean? We bring out the meaning of the terminology them for who know really understand the terminology.
Yeah, so we can get to that first.
Yeah.
You know, just the meaning of the terminologies. We'll just bring it up on screen. Alright. So this is first we can define a state. Alright, we can just go to state first. Maybe delete that. Oh no, see there. Alright, so a state is a nation or territory considered as an organized political community under one government. Alright, that's a state. Alright, a state of emergency is a situation of national disaster or danger in which a government suspends normal constitutional procedures in order to regain control.
Right, so the whole method is all about what them claim is to gain control of a situation where spiral out of control, like an economic collapse or a danger such as war, civil war, you know what I mean, the Third World War will come up, you know what I mean, shortage of food and you have people rioting and all them things. Because all them things are gonna happen, man. See? All them things are gonna happen very shortly. You know what I mean? It's because it's all about the prophecies of the Lord. And each time, every time in a history, when you have a situation like you have a world war or whatsoever, you know what I mean, or any disaster, you have them things here happen. Right. You know what I mean? Martial law. You know what I mean? That's the military take charge to make sure so you look, the state is secure. Right. You know what I mean? And part of having the state secure, you need to know who is who. And you have a proper tab on everybody. Like what's gonna happen now? They're gonna use the microchip as a part to secure the state from even finding out who is who and having the understanding who is who. You know what I mean? So they're gonna shut down certain place. They're gonna detain people. You know what I mean? And they're gonna mark people. Right. And that mark is the RFID chip. So we can go to the Jamaica aspect.
Yeah. Alright, so also I'm gonna emergency pause. Huh?
Yeah.
Alright, no problem.
Just bring out the difference between the similarity between martial law and state of emergency.
Alright, so this is from the Wikipedia article Martial Law in the Philippines, and it says it refers to several intermittent periods of Philippine history wherein the Philippine head of state places an era under the control of the armed forces of the Philippines and its predecessor bodies, Martial law is declared either when there is a near violent civil unrest or cases of major natural disasters. However, most countries use a legal construct called state of emergency.
Right. So yes, Jamaica, Jamaica, seeing them don't refer to it as martial law, they refer to it as state of emergency because we have an incident a few years back from 2010 where the government declared a state of emergency, you know what I mean? And Tivoli Garden was one of them community we get affected by that state of emergency.
And even extend to Spanish Town.
Yes, yeah, they extend to other areas, but this time around when the government declared the state of emergency to be nationwide,
right?
You know what I mean?
They must start with small pockets where they claim to be violent prone, and then it will engulf the entire country.
And then when it all break loose, you know what I mean? The same criminals, them what them speak about, them are going to scatter throughout the world. Because they know sometimes they run in for man at Kingston, them run come to some country place and them things. Right. Everywhere, Jamaica will be affected by this martial law or state of emergency, what they want to call it.
What you know what I mean? Want to call it. Right. Let's get back to it.
And as we go further, we're gonna bring out scriptures basically to back the whole argument.
Right.
I mean, like to know what really gonna go down.
Right. It continues to say, typically the imposition of martial law accompanies curfews, the suspension of civil law, civil rights, habeas corpus, and the application or extension of military laws or military justice to civilians.
This is basically important because we need to focus on right because you don't actually have rights, man. You know what I mean? You don't actually have rights under the eyes of the government. You have privileges. You know what I mean? And those privileges all get suspended. Right. And one of them things that will get suspended basically is habeas corpus, man. See, basically
can bring it out if you want.
Yeah, bring it out, brother.
Bring it out just for edification, see again. Alright, so this is habeas corpus definition. It says a writ, which is basically a written document requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court, especially to secure the person's release, unless lawful grounds are shown for detention.
Right. So this basically the fact you can say, oh, yeah, innocent before proven guilty. Until proven guilty. Yeah.
So basically, you can't detain a person without just cause. You have to show just cause before
they have to go to the court, go through the court.
Yeah,
and get charged or something like that. You know what I mean? So in the case of martial law or state of emergency, this is not gonna happen none at all.
Right.
Them can just detain you without even do nothing at all. You know what I mean? And them can lock you up as long as them want. See? We know say it will come to a point where you're gonna be killed. You know what I mean? If you don't receive the chip, because everything will go according to how the government sees fit to get back things in order.
Right.
You know what I mean? And part of that basically is to use direct force, like a shock therapy type of thing, you know what I mean? Hey, because we live at that area, really at my Tivoli Garden. It was like a shock therapy basically what them do is just only per man. You know what I mean? That's you can understand the state as the one that have the power and we have the power to kill. You know what I mean? Because in the case of state of emergency, them can kill you and not come out of it. You know what I mean? Them can lock you up without giving a reason for your detention. They have things like that in America right now. You know what I mean? Where them can shut you down. You know what I mean? Your family don't know which way you're there. You know what I mean? You don't get charged. You know what I mean? And hold as long as they can just disappear. You know what I mean? That's the state of that. You know what I mean? So little brother, I'm gonna bring out what the totalitarian type power or the state that have when they declare such thing, because as it said, suspend your rights as a citizen.
Right.
You know what I mean? If your right to live, you know what I mean? So the constitution out the window.
As long as you're going against
you know what I mean? See, so once the military see us any form of threat, any at all, like a threat to the state, you know what gonna take place with you. You know what I mean? So you know, because people believe in Jamaica believe say, yo, what it can't happen nationwide. You know what I mean? Them things say, yo, it something where only affect one community, because if in Benjamin out here, them have a thing going like, them people are wicked, that happen to them, you know what I mean? And like them see themselves guilty, them see themselves not guilty. Just like when things happen over there in a 80, and you have them Levites which are so-called Asian, because those people over there in a 80, whether they want to believe it or not, they are predominantly from the tribe of Levi. You know what I mean? And we are from the tribe of Benjamin. You know what I mean? In Jamaica here. So you have so-called Levites or Haitian, we call them, fleeing from over there when anything going on 80. Seeing coming to Jamaica, yeah, the sentiment of the people of Jamaica is them wicked. You know what I mean? A beer wickedness them going with what I'm saying them good for them, and when I put them up because they're wicked. As in you niggers are innocent and you know no wickedness, you know what I mean? Everything alright in Jamaica, up to daisy. Nothing no wicked now go on here. You know what I mean? But guess what? Your time is coming, man. Just like how you sit and you criticize the people at Tivoli Garden and say, yo, look, them things are good for them, that happened to them. Guess what? It's going to happen to the whole island. The Lord are going to do it, man.
Happen to the whole world.
Yeah. You know? The Lord are going to do that. You know what I mean? The situation right now is in the process right now to bring forth a nationwide martial law settings, or how you call it, state of emergency.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a whole lot of you going to die in the process, man. You get shot down in the street because you don't understand seeing what is being done when you have a state of emergency or martial law. You believe that you have inherited rights from the government, man. See? So you don't know the government can take certain privilege from you, see? And you can't do nothing about it. So they're going to show you the heavy hand. You know what I mean? When this thing comes down, although you have the government falling apart, seeing because the thing will get out of control from them. You know what I mean? Seeing because they're outnumbered by far. You know what I mean? So they hope to contain a situation where they have a ham. You know what I mean? So we're going to have all them hell come down, seeing where a lot the government will try to take control the situation and all hell will break loose and a whole lot of people will die. That's what we're going into right now. So bring out the powers of the government basically have, brother, when time a situation like this happen.
Alright, so Jamaica have a legislation called the Emergency Powers Act. We're going to bring out. Now the first, if
we have similar laws like this in every country, you know what I mean, including America. You have the NDRP from Obama time, where basically America over time them have the emergency power thing continuously. So America have a continuous emergency power thing will take place. So by right, America in a state of martial law even now. See? If you can look it up, you know what I mean? See?
Alright, so Jamaica Act is called the Jamaica Powers, the Emergency Powers Act.
Right.
It was first written, or first passed into law on the 6th of June 1938. You have two amendments, on the one on the 23rd of May and one on the 23rd of June. Right, 22nd of June, Salakia, of 2010. Alright, so this is the original one we're going to first. It said the act may be cited as the Emergency Powers Act. In this act, period of public emergency means any period during which there is in force a proclamation by the Governor General declaring that a state of public emergency exists. Right?
And last week we're going to even what the Governor General represent. Right. Represent the so-called white man, you know what I mean? Them to the Queen. But even go further than that. But the agenda of the so-called white man, that's what him represent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the agenda of the so-called white man is to put you people down, man. Kill you, man. See?
So we're just going to read the major points and I'm going to read the entire thing. Right, so during a period of public emergency, it shall be lawful for the Governor General by order to make regulations for securing the essentials of life to the community, and those regulations may confer or impose on any government department or any person in Her Majesty's service or acting on Her Majesty's behalf, such as the powers and duties as the Governor General may deem necessary or expedient for the preservation of the peace, for securing and regulating the supply and distribution of food, water, light, or other necessities.
So you have rationing, man.
Right.
You have rationing here. And guess what? Just like them shut off electricity and them thing, guess what? And them can shut off the water, the electricity, them can besiege any community, man, where them deem a threat.
We're going on that as well.
You know what I mean? See, so they might take all resources, man, just like the NDRP with Obama. You know what I mean? Seeing them can seize up on all your possession, man. See, cause you people feel like say one time hell break loose, you can freely go about and you got a shop go buy food and all them. Yo, look, man, the government are in control of all the food, man. A lot of you got stop. Cause remember when people got thing, you have people that cry say yo them not eat for much in days. You know what I mean? Because they were besieged by the military. And them couldn't leave and go away. You know what I mean? So a situation like them situation that gonna happen nationwide and in a more worse state. You know what I mean? When this thing come down, yeah? What?
Right. Yeah, distribution of food, water, light, and other necessities for maintaining the means of transit or locomotion.
Right, so you never can go about freely, you never can drive your car, go out, you know what I mean? The public transportation are going to be strictly by the military or the police force are also ever in charge, man.
Right.
See, so your everyday transit are going to just get obstruct altogether. You know what I mean? Your freedom of movement, I hit that. You know what I mean?
Without prejudice to the generality of the powers conferred by subsection 1, such regulations may, so far as appears to the Governor General to be necessary or expedient for any purposes mentioned in that subsection, make provision for the detention of persons,
right,
and the deportation and exclusion of persons from Jamaica.
Exactly. You'll be detained, man. See, and in this case, you're going to be detained without even committing a crime. You can be detained, man.
If you just do it after curfew and
yeah,
you know.
See?
Right. They say authorized on Her Majesty's behalf the taking of possession or control of any or the managing or carrying on, as the case may be, of any property or undertaking.
Right.
Right. So basically, you seize lands.
Right. And all the land, anything, car, house.
Have more meat important thing.
Yeah, man. So this was the amendment, one of the amendments from June 22, 2010. So this was after the Tivoli Garden incident. Right. This is of the same Emergency Powers Act, volume number 2, which is technically volume number 3. It's any competent authority, which is the Governor General, Minister of Justice, the Commissioner of Police, or any one of them deputies, or any leaders of the military. That's a competent authority. May, if he considers it necessary or expedient to do for any statutory purpose, by order for such time as may be specified in the order, or where no time is specified, for as long as the order remains in force, stop up or divert any road or pathway, or cause a cordon to be set up to surround any area, premises, or place.
You have checkpoints, man.
Right.
See, you get if you have a good reason to go somewhere, or you don't get permission to go somewhere, you can't go nowhere. I'm not a fact, bring out a priest, brother.
Right. So as to prohibit or regulate access thereto or egress therefrom.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all them provision here we're getting make. You know what I mean? Seeing is basically preparing for potential unrest, man.
Right.
Or potential emergency. You know what I mean? And right now you have different case right now coming up to basically a lead into things like this, man. Right. See? Where we're gonna have them type of emergency where the things like this have to happen.
Right.
See, now you have people who are gonna follow suit, you know what I mean, and be obedient to the government, you know what I mean, because them see even what happened to people when the government say Ray and you not go Ray. So what happened to everybody where they stay back. So you have the government say chip or whatsoever. If you don't you don't say your blood up in your own head. You know what I mean? So that the precedents will get set. See, because what them are gonna do, them are gonna use them the fact that them can inflict dangerous judgment upon you, seeing care you enough whatsoever to do what they want you to do. You know what I mean? And part of that is killing some of you without even know without you doing anything at all. They're gonna shoot you, you know what I mean? To set an example. You know what I mean? So look, you can't resist. Do not resist. You know what I mean? So we're into a time when the every hand of the state will controlled by the so-called white man will come down on you, yeah? And just bring it out from the scripture what really happened, especially over there in America, man. Yeah?
Go on there, for a while.
Yeah, give me one now.
After the rappers?
Yeah.
I say I'm on child desire.
Alright, so Lamentation 15
no.
Second is 15 and verse 14. It's a woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right.
You know what? You go to point that reef also.
Yeah, basically it's a war to the world. Because the whole entire world is like a happen, man. Not only America. You know what I mean? It can happen to the whole entire world. So it's gonna say war to the world and them are dwelling in it. Go on.
Right. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh.
The sword and their destruction draw nigh. Yeah, the world are in the state of war, man. The state of war. And all them emergency hack here are gonna come out in all them country, especially with dwellment. You know what I mean? All them emergency act, and guess what? Them are gonna set the examples that people should be remain in subjection. You know what I mean? When a sheep basically, when a shepherd basically lead a sheep, and the sheep go get out of hand, what him do? Him smite the sheep, man. You know what I mean? And that's what the government are gonna do. They're gonna smite the people in order to get them in line, man. In a situation where there's an emergency, we put things back under control, and doing so, people will die. You know what I mean? And they're going to enforce certain things upon you, such as just the chip. You know what I mean? Because that's the one way of get things regulated back in order. Yeah, go on, brother.
Right. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yeah, we're gonna have race war. You know what I mean?
For there shall be sedition among men.
You have people coming against the government, see, in which they were called for what? A state of emergency, man. See? Just protesting, you can just come out and do a protest, you know what I mean? And that can happen because the protests get big. You know what I mean? Just as simple as that. It's not our law. You know what I mean?
Hey, you have a lot of people, if I can say this, you have a lot of radio programmers are hosts basically coming out and tell the people them that them are the power, right? Them basically the government are the one that basically work for them. So them can show them power, them can speak up, but how them make it come across like, yo, we need to take action to basically make the government basically know so we're serious, so which basically invoke riots, right? So anytime the people decide to put or show them power what them so-called have, right? We think I got them. The force are gonna basically come out to put back things in order, just like the brother just said a while ago. That's a cause to basically bring the emergency power act into activity.
Hey, right? whatsoever happened in Tivoli Garden, it wasn't no accident or them over abuse them power or what. Look, man, seeing that is just the excuse and giving you people that they can feel like say, so, look, you have some course of justice basically that take place when which it was a state of emergency. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to go to jail for it. You know what I mean? Regardless how much inquiry. Overall, it's all about the judgment of the Lord. And this is like an island where basically going to be the judgment of the Lord, man. This is the judgment of the Lord that come upon the whole island. As we are going on earlier, some of you people think that you're innocent and them things are not going to happen to you or your loved ones. You know what I mean? This matter of fact, see, that's how you're going to starve to death, man. Some of y'all get shot. Some of y'all get starved to death. Some of y'all get to the chip, and whatsoever result the Lord have, at the end of the day, I'm gonna catch you, man. Right? Yeah. Remember that?
Right. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men,
right,
and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Right.
Right. And the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Right.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, because what is something really cool, brother?
Yes, any competent authority can block any roadway or set up a cordon for any amount of time and deem necessary.
Right. The movement get restricted, man. Right. You know what I mean? The only personnel them supposed to go about is who be allowed, like medical or the military or them are the one that got upon the road, you can be shot on sight, man. Right.
It can be seen as a threat.
Yeah.
Because once them say,
once you break the rule,
once they say all civilians saying curfew in effect now, stay indoors, and anybody outdoors will be seen as a threat. Yeah. Seeing it's as simple as that.
Yeah, just like Tivoli them say, yo, come with the state. And
you don't go outside.
You don't go to bust them. So if you don't go to bust them,
treated like the enemy combatant. See, that's simple, you know. See, even though I pretend like say, oh, sorry, somebody kills so much people or whatsoever, we don't know how it come to this. Guess what? They know. It was well controlled, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't an accident. See, so this is just the basic of the Lord's judgment, man. See? Coming down, it'll come down on Jamaica, just to let them know that it'll come on Jamaica, just like everywhere else. You know what I mean? We have an emergency. Powers act just like everywhere else. For martial law.
And then we have new bill where we're going at the article where we even give the government more power. Right. In addition to the empowerment.
Hey, because they're going to impose a soft type martial law on you people very soon because of the excuse of crime getting out of control. But you people don't understand what they're doing, man. See, all this is a big plan. You know what I mean? To push you into what's going to happen down the line, man. They're putting the pieces in place. Just like in America, they have them battle tanks and military weaponry being shipped out all the states. You know what I mean? People wonder what the hell is going on. They put everything in place. You know what I mean? They get ready for what's going to go down because the economy is going to collapse. See? The US dollar is going to be the Jamaican dollar going to be. You know what I mean?
We have more meat out of the African.
See, World War III is gonna pop off, man, and it's very soon gonna pop off. You have Russia and America about to go at it over Syria. You know what I mean? They're about to go at it with Iran. You have a look, it's tough over there in North Korea and South China Sea. So, hey, very soon this thing will get hot, and then some government have to say, oh look, we'll put the people in order because we're at a time at a great emergency. You know what I mean? And all them things around you. So you're partying and them things, everything will get shut down, man. Everything will get shut down, yeah. See? You have to stay indoors and you can move, and when the government say you have to move. That's what will happen, man. Yeah. Right?
So a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And hey, just like typically God, it's remember the mash up people in the house. Mash up them position. You know what I mean? A search and mash up. Hey, and just to see them, look, man. Them speaking about crime and gunmen and the gunman them for run. Which part think them are gonna run go? If ready run go. If run from the community where them dwell, which part them are gonna run go? In the other communities where some country area, you know what I mean? Because I guess it justify the government for lockdown everywhere in the country, man. Of military or police personnel, blockades everywhere in the country, man.
Prevent movement and everything that. Seeing even the rural areas, seeing them go police them here they too to make sure say yo them not take no nearby bushes or anything there. Because you have certain pathways where you can take for go from the city where you have to use the main roads. So even them they're gonna be blocked off, yo.
Yeah, and guess what? Seeing and while men fleeing, man don't know who are who. You know, typically God then just take for your look one way and just look like a ageable man like can fire shot. What them do? Them take you out and you get executed, man. You know what I mean? Without having a gun. We believe more than 70 plus people them kill. Them kill more than that. You know what I mean? And none of them never have a gun. You just see, yo, your man, you look like you're about from 16, 17 to whatsoever. You look like you could have fired a gun, so yo, you're a killer. So guess what? When these men start to flee from all them volatile areas and them start going to some other place, see them police start running to some house and start to some man to some house. You know what I mean? And by film discretion now, you get spared. Or maybe you don't get spared. You know what I mean? I say thing go just like a tip of the God, man. See, it was up to them discretion, and you show what them discretion was all about. Killing all of you niggers, man. And it happen island wide, man. So if you feel like say because you're innocent, you feel say you're innocent in the eyes of the government, see, you know, you make a sad mistake. A lot of them men over there they think them innocent when they sit by and the police just come and take them out. You know what I mean? Oh, we're hard working youth and me work away, whatsoever. Eh? You look like your assist gunman to me. Pam pam, dead man. You know what I mean? So hey, the judgment of the Lord will come down upon you people sick because guess what? You people out here in Jamaica, you're wicked as hell. You know what I mean? And behaving like you're not wicked. You know what I mean? You support them, a lot of you support them niggers that run about like a fire shot, man. You know what I mean? Because you don't get money out of the whole what they want me extortion, what they want me scamming. The family members make money out of it. You know what I mean? Friends make money. The politicians get money out of it. Everybody and dirty unite, man. Now corruption. You know what I mean? Plus you know have no one other sins they want to commit. You know what I mean? Since hey, the judgment will come for all of you, man. See, this is the Lord's doing. The Lord are gonna do this, yeah. Even politicians them and the men them are gonna put them laws in place or get judged to them. Later you are gonna die. You have men who are gonna get them hands on human. You know what I mean? As I say, they out there, they hold numbers. You know what I mean?
Right. Finish that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we better post some precepts. Matthew 24 and verse 37-39.
Right.
So, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right.
For as in the days that were before the flood,
right,
they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, right, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right. So you got a day when guess what, man? You got to see those military vehicles driving through. You know what I mean? Locking down your community. Tell us you can't. You're restricted from moving, man. See, one day when you party, I keep that weekend, and before the weekend come, seeing the street get shut. You know what I mean? The street get shut. Because all you niggas intend to do a party, enjoy yourself, you find a new girl, someone are married, you know what I mean? A man do all the type of wickedness for them I do, and guess what? This thing will come sudden, man, because all the war going on in the world right now, you niggas not keep you know keep up to date with what really take place. Tell about Russia, first time I hear about Russia. You know, who in Russia? You know, who in Syria? You know what I mean? When all the things, the events that happen in place, them they are affect you.
You
know what I mean?
Right. See, the post on next one.
Yeah.
So Proverbs 1 verse 24-25. Because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. Right. So the most I basically destroy them because we out here in the highways and the byways for 7 years now.
Right.
We travel to the major cities in Jamaica except for the western coast.
Right.
Scene. We have videos put up on YouTube, you know, and we have
brothers them
in Kingston, seeing
worldwide. We have brothers them worldwide. They have videos. You can't miss the videos, them, man.
And then even if you don't hear about we specifically, I know somebody must hear about IUIC, you know, so you must stumble upon a GMS video, right? So people have no excuses, yo. The Lord stretched forth him on, especially the people of Port Antonio, yo. We prophesied before for 7 years, yo.
Think them immune from things happen to them, man.
Hey, according to the judgment of the Lord, them will get the worst of the judgment, yo.
Right.
Because scripture tell you that. Seeing it will be more profitable, seeing for tolerable Salakia for Sodom and Gomorrah in a day of judgment than for a city where them don't hear the prophets, yo.
Yeah, it will be more tolerable for Tivoli Garden than Port Antonio.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Finish this.
Yeah, man,
Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
In other words, hell gonna break loose, man. Men are gonna be desperate, want food. You know what I mean? Especially when the government sees upon our food and them are ration things.
Right.
People are desperate, man. Worldwide. It not have to be a lack of food on the planet, like as in there's enough food per plant, as in but the government are gonna have a hold on the food, man.
Right.
Even where you are, because as you say, basically them can
come and take your food.
They can take anything will basically belong to you.
That me the one going on.
Yeah.
Right. So let me just bring that part. See emergency pause out. Alright, so this is point in a competent authority. 12. Yeah, where the Governor General is satisfied. Point 10. Any competent authority or any person authorized by him shall have the right of access to any land or building and the right to do or cause to be done on any land or to any building, any work of any description, which in his opinion may be necessary or expedient to be done for any statutory purpose, and for any statutory purpose to enter into and remain in occupation of any land or building for such period as he seems fit. Right? At point 12, where the Governor General is satisfied that it is necessary or expedient to do so, he may give notice in writing to the person having the management or control of any essential service, meaning light or water, requisitioning such service with effect from such date as may be specified in such notice. So basically, let me take over the power supply and the water supply. The Governor General can do that. For sure, so Jamaica is still under the control of the Queen, as we go in last week. Right? So where where any essential service is requisitioned under paragraph 1, the Governor General shall by instrument in writing appoint some person as the controller of the service requisition. So basically the military saying, I got to take over, saying your light and your water. Basically it's just going to be turned off, yo. Because if you have a siege a city, or you have a siege a community, basically you have a cut off water supply and power supply.
Turn off the power and them things don't have the garden,
right.
Nothing could come in or go out. You know what I mean? When they want to food, they never have no food to eat on the days. You know what I mean? And nothing never come in. You know, people complaining, say them hungry. You know what I mean? Hey, this is about man and white, man. See? Hey, and not coupled with that. The little food over there, the government, through the military, are going to have it. See? Russian. And coupled with that, yeah, I got shipments stop coming in, man. Because the state of war are going to take place worldwide. You know what I mean? You gotta have things stop coming in. You know what I mean? But I bring out the article there. Right.
Let's bring it back on the screen. Alright, so this is from Loop Scoop, Jamaica. It was posted the 29th of June. Basically last week Thursday. Gunmen better start running. Right. Delroy Chuck sent stern warning. Right, which is the Ministry of Defense. Justice Minister.
They bring it out a few months after show that look, man. Seeing
2 weeks ago basically.
The amount of gunmen in Jamaica versus the military and the police.
Okay.
And the ratio of them, you remember that ratio there? What 50 something to
remember the ratio itself too.
Yeah, but them outnumber them by far, man.
Right.
Seeing so you don't know what gonna take place. Because if them do what them say them are gonna do with gunmen, right? It's kind of gunmen in so you're active the gang them are basically the thing them right now, like the one who are in a war and everything right now. They must say gunmen in general, basically. So the whole island thing. So they're gonna try to contain the whole thing. Seeing so you gotta have men up and down over the place now. Even some community where them locked down now, you gotta have men that run from the community that going to some community when nobody are going. Right. You know what I mean? And then you gotta have one situation where spiral control. Because guess what? Them now can't put no control because according to the scripture, look, man, you gotta have sedition and you gotta have some things that gotta happen. You know what I mean? Where I gotta push things out of control according to the scripture, we just read, man. Yeah? Go on.
Alright, said Justice Minister Delroy Chuck has sent a stern warning to criminals, especially gunmen across the country, that legislative changes being forged by the government will equip the security forces to put the lawless elements out of business. In tabling a committee report on the Zones of Special Operations bill in Parliament on Wednesday, Chuck warned gunmen to start running as the security forces will soon be coming for them in a more structured and sustained manner. The bill is to deal with the crime problems we have in this country, and when this bill is passed, gunmen better start running. In fact, they better start running from now. Right. Chuck declared in the house.
It will show you straight up if you think rational, you realize that yo, basically it's an all-out war this right away because the amount of gunmen in Jamaica, just like your brother just bring out a while ago, right? And I talk about the amount of gunmen in Jamaica, right? No job, no nothing. Where them go flee gun do? Yeah. Right? It's a all-out war.
Right.
Right. There's no other way around.
Them not kill or be killed.
Take refuge and then okay, them turn good businessman now or what?
Exactly. See, so he said the bill had become necessary because people are afraid of the menace. Because them create the menace, yo. Yeah. Right. See, and then them sensitize the people, seeing and cause them to be overly emotional towards the whole crime scene. So every little criminal act happen, them put it on the news. Seeing and them sensationalize the thing.
They must say, forgive some of your rights, right?
Right, exactly.
Something we have got against the Constitution, so you are for your own safety, we have to go do this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So we have who have continued to prey on ordinary Jamaicans. He said the bill will empower the security forces to go into violent-prone communities and set up bases.
So it's a soft martial law. Yeah, that's what will take place, and it will turn now a major thing. See?
Hey, we can say this again. Right. If you know when a man go wanted, the things will occur basically when him go wanted are in up on the run. Because first thing him have an income or a stable environment like when the day before, because basically they're on the move. So now in my fear the robbery and other things to live, forget by day to
move
day.
from place to place.
Yes. So a group of man flee from that community and go somewhere where them now have no income, nobody. We think I got them. How take place now where them flee go, right? Just to try and make back my next end this up. So a hollow thing.
Yeah, them have the resources to do all of that, man. When them say them somehow they don't have the resources to do all of that. See, that's why hell shit about the fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? All hell go break loose to get out of control. Everything was spiral. Everything with the so-called white man plan. All you Negroes where think that the so-called white man plan is so perfect. Seeing his plan I go fail and your plan I go fail, man.
Right.
Seeing because the so-called white man plan for a new world order. And I mean the total control of everything. Seeing that itself I go fail, man. The Lord put a monkey wrench in the whole process, man. Since all this I go feel a lot, it'll cause a lot of you to die. You know what I mean? Seeing this attempt will cause a lot of you to die. This attempt basically is going to fall right into what the prophecies them said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's all it's about.
That's all, yeah, as the brother said, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
All them legislation you pass and them thing here is all about fulfilling the prophecies, yo.
Right.
Seeing. Right. Let's finish up this. It's Chuck, in seeking to allay fears that the government will abuse the provisions of the Zones of Special Operations Bill, said the Prime Minister will not be a dictator in declaring an area as a zone of special operations.
They want to say that.
Because they know that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, because, you know.
Seeing? They know that's exactly what's happening.
You get an element of surprise when they come and say, but they say them never going to do that. They must keep them word.
Hey, Jamaica are going to be a dictatorship, yo, just like him say, yo, there's a reason why I'm choose the word they took. Right? Because I know that's exactly what I'm going to do, yo.
What them say? Them not going to do, that's what them going to do, man.
Right. He said it should be noted that the Prime Minister will be acting on the advice of the National Security Council and will also be submitting a report to Parliament after each operation, so questions can be asked of the administration. That not got me, yo. You just gonna pretend, yo.
You're gonna get what you need. You know, they might bring up the law in America for the bill, and they must say, yo, what the right word, basically they must say, yo, that was that confinement. They can't know that the part there. They might give the bill, but they might give with them why, you know, some part of it basically a mystery. Yeah. Remember the right word they use?
Exactly. See, then just bring out the simpler parts of the bill to the mainstream public. Seeing, but the fine print, as you want to call it, seeing what layman now understand, that them now explain to the public.
Confidential,
right?
To them.
Yeah, because the fact is, the thing is, you know, the bill them post publicly. Right. Every bill will get passed and every act will get passed is a public document, and every citizen can have access to that document. But the thing is, 99% of the population will not read a piece of legislation. Yo. Right. So them don't know when the government say, yo, all right, we'll pass the Zones of Special Operations Bill. Right. See? And that means that areas of violence prone, we're going to send in the military and we're going to take control and we're going to set up bases. Right. See? The normal average citizen, seeing which is 90% of the population. Now I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to look up the bill and read exactly what entails in the bill. What kind of powers the government are going to get now? What kind of powers the Prime Minister are going to get?
What talk inconvenience?
What talk inconvenience? Because there's a reason why the security minister, the justice minister will come out and say, yo, the Prime Minister will not be a dictator. It simply means that the bill are going to give him such powers where you are going to think him is a dictator, yo. Right. And he's going to exercise it along with the Emergency Powers Act, scene in which the Governor General is in charge, yo. And the military. Jamaica are going to become a dictatorship, yo. See, in habeas corpus, as you say, are going to be suspended.
Yeah, I can't, as I said, the reason why I bring out is because things are going to spiral out of control. See, in order to fulfill the prophecies that get written, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we through reading the prophecies, them know that, look, man, seeing food shortages will come. You know what I mean? You got about unrest. You know what I mean? And you got have the military and the police force shutting down the country, man. Seeing just like other countries we're gonna have the same every other country in the world. Right now, you're not being warned, you know, in any form away from nobody else, because the freedom policy is that to get you panic. You know what I mean? So them time I put them things in place, you know what I mean, in the background, while you feel like the partying and everything is all gonna be that's gonna happen every day. You know what I mean? You have to go to your job Monday morning, weekend you party, you know what I mean, whatsoever farmer wickedness you want to do, you know what I mean, weekly. You have to do it forever. No, that's not what it all go. You know what I mean? And then make preparation for things that is coming, man.
Go on, sorry. Alright, we just want to bring our definition.
Amusement.
Right? Because a lot of people don't know what the word amusement means. Right? I'm just going to bring it out from the etymology dictionary. It's a diversion of attention, especially in military actions. Right? It's a so basically what the government do is they create amusements such as your sports, music, your job, your children, anything like that. All that created as amusement for what? Distract you from military actions which will take place.
You have the military urban drill that take place of how long now they train. They train for something, man.
Exactly.
You have new MRAP vehicles coming into the island for the military. Hey, guess what? They are prepared for something, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Let's finish up this. It's a pastime, play, game, anything which pleasantly diverts the attention. Right. That's it.
And that's what it's for you people in right now being diverted from what's really going on, man. From what's really going on, man. Seeing so all the NIDS system coming in, you know what I mean, in preparation for the gang, so-called anti-gang this and anti-crime, this gunman whatsoever. All of something there, saying basically all of them are come together to be one perfect thing to entrap you, man. Right. You know what I mean? Seeing, and in this case, the so-called white man will give the orders to get rid of a lot of you people, man. You know what I mean? That's what I have them gatekeepers who are gonna do it.
Which is right.
Seeing, which is the government and the military. It's not the constitution say, oh, the military belongs to the Queen and the police force.
And guess who in charge when state of emergency passed?
The Queen.
The Governor General and the military.
For the Queen.
The military basically go.
Which Queen is just a figurehead. We know that it's going all the way back to some people deeper than the Queen. The rich banking elite. You know what I mean? She's just a figurehead. You know what I mean? The rich banking elite is who determined to kill you people, man. Right. Seeing them are call the earth. Basically, them are a major calling. We're gonna bring the world population to what? 600 million people approximately. And guess what? A lot of you people, because of Jamaicans, not included. You know that they will survive. Yeah. So this is what we're looking forward to, man. The scripture say, "Oh, the Lord, our shy, never make him a rival." Look, no flesh. Wanna save, man. Since he must know. See, I'm at a forgive me, damn Daniel's brother. Yeah.
We can't get there all around. See, Daniel 12, right? Alright. So Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
And you guess what? You so-called Jamaicans, seeing you are the people of Heavenly Father, man. You know what I mean? Now this case, the Heavenly Father is angry with 2/3 of you people. He's not gonna deliver you, man. Seeing him deliver a third. Right. You know what I mean? When all hell break loose and you're dying off, the Lord I go preserve a third, man. 144,000, a third of the nation of Israel, man. Seeing which you Jamaicans are of that nation from the tribe of Benjamin. You know what I mean?
So, and there shall be a time of trouble, which such as never was since there was a nation even to that time.
Right, so there's a time of trouble coming. You know what I mean? That's what we have to the prophet, coming on telling them. You know what I mean? And how it all get done. And that the preparation we're in place to get such things done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book.
So the ones then which is elect, man, the one who gets found written in the book. All of you not found written in the book because some of you get found written in the gear book. Transgender. You mix up in all type of folly men out here in Jamaica when them like to Jamaica homophobic my ass. You know what I mean? You faggots walking up and down the streets of Jamaica, man. No faggot are being killed in Jamaica as the so-called white man would let it appear in the media. You know what I mean? You faggots, we at camp and you faggots walk past every day. See, so guess what? Those men are name written in the book. Them are Israelite. Them are the children of the Heavenly Father. But they right now, them in a messed up state where they must get a total reset. You know what I mean?
Only a third.
So only a third are going to make it, man.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
That's still.
Right, go on.
Yeah. It's Ezekiel 21 and verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord. See, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished.
All them provisioners, all them provisioners, all them hack. You see them laws that them bring out. You know what I mean? Seeing, you know, continue people. Seeing, is a sword being sharpened?
Right. They might give the authority who already have the powers. More powers to basically
kill them,
you. Right?
See?
Justly in them sight. Right? It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
Believe it or not, when martial law get instituted in America, seeing university, you think they must bring it to some camp and if you feel you. You know what I mean? Just give food if you eat and them thing there, you live free.
Yeah, you know the judgment of the law is not to be in a concentration
camp eating taxpayers' money.
3 meals a day. And
no.
So a sword is sharp, you know.
Yeah.
Right. That it may glitter, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he had given it to be, and he had given it to be furnished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, that it is furbished, to give it into the hand of a slayer.
Right.
Soca
weapon is a slayer, man.
And we're gonna use Jake to kill Jake and then kill Jake.
Right.
So, right. So the leaders of our people, I'm gonna use them to slaughter the regular Jake, and then they're gonna get slaughtered themselves.
Right.
The one them would think they make a covenant with death.
Yeah, you politicians and leaders will lead over the people who have no integrity, man, and so white man know that they don't have any integrity. So therefore, when you do what you do, the next thing what you can do with a traitor to mankind. You don't have to kill him. That's what the so-called white man are doing with you niggers, man. See? Where I'm selling out. I say, one man we don't have no integrity on our side.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you can sell out the whole on the way there, obviously we kill your niggers, man. You niggers get put to death, man. All them all sharp on them, Jesse Jackson, General Grievous, so hey. All you niggers, man.
Right, I say this. There's so many avenues of basically this thing can go haywire, or this thing can just crumble. Right, they make sure all the laws, this what we are talking about, all the legislation them pass, the act of them pass basically is that when them go so boom, there's no escape route out.
Yeah.
Right, with through the economy, your food, every way you can think of.
Control everything.
Right. Hey, people need to survive, and there's no dependency or depending on your own, for yourself. So now you need somebody to basically sustain you, and that person have best interest. That's people say for V and L, we have looked for basically one nation. Yeah. And them on the steps they can go in the street. That's the whole thing. You put your trust in all these nations. So them basically I go be a help to you or a guide to you. But guess them are leading a pit.
Right.
Right. What them dig. Right. Yeah. So Revelation 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, you heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he know that is at a short time.
So the whole thing that take place is the so-called white man orchestrated, man. Him are the devil the scripture I speak about. You know what I mean? And him gonna work this thing in our way where a lot of you gonna die. Right. That is a wrath where him come with, man. And him gonna collapse the economy, and him gonna start a world war that to make sure so a lot of you people die. And all them laws that are set in place, making provision for such things to happen, man.
Right. Hey,
see?
Remember, you know, this is a world war event.
Right.
Right. Every cribbies and corner gonna be
there's
involved.
no safety nowhere, man.
Right.
Nowhere. Come in some video come out and say the safest place to be in a World War III. Look, man, it is not gonna be a safe place for the earth, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Jamaica ain't gonna be safe.
You can't run, go chill out.
Right?
Chill out till everything done. No.
You have a lot of Edomite flee come to Jamaica say yo, all guns turn to America, so them a flee.
Yeah, nigga gonna chop you up fine, man.
Judgment of the
see, now ask you what the food you have store up there.
Right.
You say, man, when you have the feel like gets killed by the sword. You know what I mean? And the one in the city are gonna die by famine because them all get besieged. You know what I mean? Ration of food, the food run short in the city. You know what I mean? You have men that try find the hills for thrift. They can't find anything up there for eat, and them all kill them on up in the bush.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hey, there's no safe place, man.
Right.
There's no safe place.
It's a war to the world. Everybody day night, yo.
Right.
You see me on go. That animal instinct come out. That means to survive. Yeah.
Survival instinct
right.
come out. But
when that happen, nobody make care about nobody. Say scripture say yo, him not got pity upon the neighbor.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody care about nobody else. It's just about surviving. Whether it be your daughter, your it don't matter, right? It's just all about surviving at that time.
We are very dark,
right.
Yeah. According to the scripture. But what I would say, for the brother I watch, tune in, shalom, you know what I mean? All praises to Yahweh Hashem Shai, you know what I mean? Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers that are out there pushing this thing sincerely and with all honesty, you know what I mean? Shalom.